Nursing is not at all what you think it is. From the outside looking in, it's not that. You don't know what you're getting yourself into until you're actually in it. And that's facts.
Don't sleep, you're gonna miss your opportunity. Like, don't sleep, nigga, pick up your feet, my nigga.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Pretty Curvana. So the video I'm bringing y'all today is finally a nursing video. I got off this morning, I planned to record, I was too tired. The sun is starting to set, so I'm gonna try to go ahead and knock this video out while I still got some daylight. So I was browsing on YouTube and I came across this video from TheUrbanNurse that says nursing is a scam. So of course I had to click on it and figure out what he was talking about. And honey, yes, he made some valid points. I will realistically and honestly say I have to agree with him. Nursing is not at all what you think it is. From the outside looking in, it's not that. I feel like you have to actually talk to a nurse to figure out what being a nurse is actually like. Even in nursing school, you're not gonna know what it takes to actually be a nurse. You don't know what you're getting yourself into until you're actually in it, and that's facts. When I say I agree with him, nursing is a scam, you look at the stereotypes of nurses. Nurses always go to work looking cute, the cute little scrubs. They always look put together. Nurses make so much money. Nurses' schedules are so flexible. They only work 3 days a week. They have all this time to do whatever they want to do. Oh, and then me specifically, I'm an OB nurse. So everybody here is OB nurse and thinks, oh my God, that's so fun. I bet it's pretty cool. That has to be an easier route to go in if you want to go into nursing. I'm glad you picked that. Sis, come on, let's talk about this for a minute, because I'm telling you, it is not, if you go into it thinking that, it is not at all what you think, and you will be scammed. You will. I'm here today, and I'm gonna speak to you all from a nurse's perspective about what it is to be a nurse. Let's go back to everybody's thoughts about nurses. Nurses are so respected. Nurses are very much appreciated. If you have a nurse in your family, that's who you should go to first if you have any medical concerns, because they should be able to help you. First of all, let's talk about this whole nurses are cute. Okay, yes, nurses might be cute, but I don't know very many nurses that go to work looking all put together. No, when you go to work, you are ready to work, okay? Usually you'll know when I'm at work because I won't look like this at all. It will be apparent. I don't go to work with makeup on. There's some that do, and more power to them. I just don't have the energy in me to keep up with that. Most nurses that I know are inpatient nurses, so I'll speak on that. We work long 12-hour shifts. I work nights, so I'm up all night trying to keep myself awake. I don't care about no hair and makeup. No, as long as I look professional and presentable, that's what you're getting today. And then on my days off, if I'm not sleeping, I'll get it together and I will, at that moment, do something with my hair and makeup. But going to work, no. Sorry, it's not happening. The money aspect of nursing. Oh my God. So people think nurses make all this money, which might be true. I work in Indiana though, and no, unless you've been a nurse for a long time, you're not gonna make far as much as what you should deserve to make as a nurse for everything that you have to do. Like, not at all. And then even still, once you have those years of experience and that expertise, I still feel like nurses do not make what they should be making for everything that they do and everything that they have to deal with and all the education that they have to do, all these different roles that they play. It's just a lot. Nurses do not at all get paid enough. So if you're going into nursing for the money, you will be highly disappointed. You will be scammed. Simple. Most inpatient nurses work 12-hour shifts, which means 3 days a week, which means you have 4 off days per week. And everybody thinks that that's luxury. Like, in a sense it is, but at the same time, on my off days, I don't always want to be bothered. I need time to regroup. I need time to rejuvenate, get myself back together, because those shifts, yes, it sounds good to only work 3 days a week, but in those 3 days a week, you're going to work, period. You're going to be exhausted on your off days. It's gonna take some time to build your energy back up. I know a lot of nurses that say when you work 3 days a week, it might take an extra day for you to feel like you're back to yourself. Another thing, being a nurse can't be nearly as hard as being a doctor. Okay, if you've ever been in the hospital yourself or spent time with a family member or somebody close to you that's in the hospital, tell me how many times you see the nurse and how many times you see a doctor. Nurses do the work. Nurses and nursing assistants do the work. Doctors are there, of course. I'm not discrediting doctors for what they do because they're very much appreciated as well. But when it comes to the workload, yes, nurses do most of the manual labor. Nurses do most of the work when it comes to patients. Doctors are dependent on the nurses to tell them what's going on so that they can adjust the plan of care for the patient. And yes, that's a lot of responsibility. But me personally, I feel like it's a lot harder being a nurse than a doctor. You've been through nursing school, you know what to tell me to do, you know what's going on with me. Hey sis, can you let me know what's going on? I think I got this ache right here. Hey sis, my baby doing this. Hey sis, my toe is turning blue. Hey sis, my eye keep twitching. Hey sis, I think I might be in labor. What should I do? Hey sis, I think I threw my back out. Hey sis, can I take this medication with this one and that one? Oh my goodness, that's another thing. And I love anybody that's ever called me for medical advice. You know I love you to death. But people expect nurses to know everything. Like anything related to the body, anything related to something medical. You're a nurse, right? Yes, I am. I'm a labor nurse though. I work OB. I need people to understand that. Nurses, okay, here's the thing. When you go through nursing school, they are teaching you what it takes to be able to pass the nursing exam. The nursing exam is testing you not on medical conditions, it is testing you on if you know how to be a safe and competent nurse. Think about that. You learn the basics of medical conditions and things like that, but really, realistically, unless you're working in that specific field, you're not gonna retain all of that information. You may have heard of this before, but it's not something that's gonna always be in the back of your mind because what you're gonna know is what you work with on the regular. So, I hate to say it this way, but nurses don't know everything. We still rely on research. We still rely on other professionals. Of course, we're willing to help you with whatever you need, but it's just a common misconception that people have about nurses. Oh, you're a nurse? That's pretty cool. I mean, the doctors are always there to help you if there's something that you don't know. The doctors what? No! If you go to nursing school and become a nurse and you're expecting the doctors to always be able to tell you what to do, listen to me and listen to this real good. Doctors know their stuff for the most part. Sometimes you will have to advocate for your patient. If they ask you to do something to your patient that you know is not right, that you know is not gonna benefit them, and that you know might medically harm them in some way. It's facts. I've been a nurse for going on 2 years now, and that's always an uncomfortable thing to do, but it's something that has to be done in order to be a very efficient nurse. You have to be able to stand up for what you know is right. And then where I work at, in the area I work in, we have a lot of teaching hospitals, which again is not to downplay doctors, but doctors are learning as well. You have to know what you're doing and why. If they're giving you an order, if you don't understand it, ask. Doctors also love suggestions from nurses. They know there are a lot of nurses that have seen way more than them, that have been in the profession probably longer than them, and they want to know what nurses suggest a lot of times. If you think going into nursing, doctors are going to have all the answers and they're going to be able to tell you exactly what to do all the time, that's not the case. Oh, you work in OB, that can't be that bad. I guarantee you, any nursing school is not going to stand up and tell you, yes, you might get splashed in the face with amniotic fluid. Yes, you're going to have to touch bloody vaginas. Yes, when moms push out babies, they sometimes push out poop at the same time. And guess who's going to be cleaning it up? You got it. You're the nurse. I mean, if your patients are having babies, they should be healthy, right? No. In some parts of the world, some parts of the city even, yes, that's a true statement. But there are a lot of circumstances where you will have a mother that is very unhealthy. You will have patients that develop illnesses throughout their pregnancy. It's something to think about. High blood pressure and diabetes does not go away during pregnancy. Obesity is another issue that can affect your pregnancy. You might get a mom that's addicted to drugs or that's an alcoholic, and that's just the nature of the profession. This mom has HIV. I don't want to deliver her baby. What, sis? That's not a thing. You don't have an option. It won't be textbook. No patient is going to be the exact same. And then, not even the health aspect of it, you have to know that there are a million different types of people in this world. You're not always gonna be able to speak the same language that your patient speaks. You're not gonna always understand their cultural differences. You're not always gonna understand why their health is in the condition that it's in when it's something that they could possibly control themselves. But of course, as a nurse, you're expected to treat every patient the same. You're expected to be able to take care of anybody. You can't say, oh, I don't speak her language, I can't take care of her. Yes, you're going to take care of her and you're going to figure it out. I can only speak from the OB perspective. You can't say, oh, this mom does drugs, that's why her pain isn't controlled. I don't know what else she wants me to do for her. No, you have to try to figure it out. You can't do that. Oh, she has more than 10 kids and doesn't have any of them. I don't know why she's having another one. I don't feel sorry for her. You cannot do that. And then on top of that, it is 2019. You have to think about it. Same genders are having children. So yes, you will run into 2 women having a baby. You will run into 2 men adopting a child. It's the reality of the world we live in these days. And you can't refuse these types of patients because it's something that you're not used to. And people always have the common misconception that nurses are always respected because of what nurses do. Nurses are not always respected by any means. Nurses deal with disrespect from patients, doctors, other nurses, visitors. Nurses have to deal with a lot. If you go into it thinking that everybody's always going to treat you with respect, you will be very disappointed. There's a phrase that I think a lot of nurses know that says nurses eat their young, which is a real thing. And I've dealt with that before. Thank God it's not where I'm at now, but it's real. And you have to be able to know how to deal with that and still be able to function in your job. It's not for the weak-hearted at all. Being disrespected by doctors is a thing that will insult your intelligence, sometimes in front of patients, and still expect you to be able to take care of them for the rest of your shift. From the OB perspective, you might have one patient that's getting ready to deliver a baby that's no longer living, and then you go back to check on the other patient that wants to cuss you out because you took too long to bring her orange juice. And you have to deal with that. You have to be able to still function. It's not easy at all. I needed to develop a list for this video. Nurses are sometimes doctors, social workers, housekeepers, therapists, parents, referees, when you have family drama, politicians, because we have to fight for nurses' rights as well. And the list can literally go on and on and on and on. So, in all of those aspects, yes, I agree with him. Nursing is a scam if you go into it for the wrong reasons. This is not information that you will necessarily learn in nursing school. It's stuff that you will pick up along the way. Where I don't necessarily agree with him, and I don't think he meant any harm by this statement at all, is when he started describing like how he's tired of dealing with patients and how he's tired of dealing with this, that, and the third. Yes, it's very tiring, but I can say that for me, I have a passion for what I do. I might not want to go to work, but as soon as I get to work, everything is perfect because I know I'm where I want to be doing what I want to do. If you go into it for any of the wrong reasons, you're going to end up burnt out. You're going to end up with patients that hate you and coworkers that do not want to work with you, or you're going to end up hurting a patient or causing neglect unintentionally or intentionally because you just don't care and it's not what you really want to do. So yes, if you're thinking about nursing, think long and hard. Talk to people that are actually nurses and figure out what it's like. And then even before starting nursing school, you want to try to see if you can shadow a nurse to see exactly what they do and what they have to deal with. Nurses definitely have tough skin. So I just wanted to come on YouTube and add my perspective to the topic to let you guys know that yes, nursing is hardcore, nursing is real. And if you go solely based off of nursing school and what people think being a nurse is, you will be scammed. There's no way around it. So thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all like this video. Leave me some comments if you have anything to add on this topic. Before you leave, make sure you subscribe to my channel to see what else I have to offer coming up. Oh, and for more details on my shirt, I will leave a website down below for you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.